Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Fragrance Specialist. Today I'll be reviewing a fragrance from the house of Guerlain, and that is Guerlain Homme. So, next up, let's take a closer look at the presentation for Guerlain Homme by Guerlain. Alright everyone, this is the presentation for Guerlain Homme. So let's start with the box first. So, at the very top, you have this Guerlain logo. In the middle, you have Guerlain Homme. At the bottom, Eau de Toilette, 80 ml, 2.7 ounce. At the top, you have Guerlain logo. At the back, Guerlain perfumes, and then you have the ingredients. At the very bottom, you have a barcode. Then the batch code is right above it, and it's engraved as usual. Okay, then for the bottle itself, the bottle has changed. If you're familiar with the old bottle, it has this metallic plate at the front. At the back, it's clear. As far as I'm concerned, it's the same juice. So there has not been a reformulation yet, and the color of the juice is still the same, the light green color. At the top, you have the same Guerlain logo that you would find on the box. The lid comes out really easily, and even though the cap's plastic, but it's very high quality, really high quality. The cap kind of reminds me of this plastic crystals that you find in like jars or plastic cups. It's really high quality, the ones you get at really fancy places. So that's just a reference. You have Guerlain Homme, so same presentation as the box. Nothing going on in the back. At the very bottom, you have some information. But the information is actually lasered on the bottle itself. It's not a sticker, which is a very classy touch from Guerlain. The atomizer is really good. I'm not gonna spray, but if you can see the detail, it has this area where you can rest your finger on it, so you can have a better spray when you spray this cologne. And the distribution is really good. So that was a presentation for Guerlain Homme. Next up, we have the smell. Alright everyone, before I dissect the smell for Guerlain Homme, let me just tell you some information about the fragrance itself. This fragrance was released back in 2008, and the perfumers behind the scent are Thierry Wasser and Sylvain Guerlain. So, in terms of the notes for this fragrance, they consist of lime, mint, bergamot, cedar, vetiver, mojito, rum, and geranium. This fragrance doesn't really have top, mid, and base in terms of the official breakdown, but I personally think there's definitely top, mid, and base notes. So, in my opinion, the top notes are lime, mint, bergamot, and mojito. The mid notes are rum, geranium, and the base are cedar and vetiver. Okay? So, what do you get when you first spray Guerlain Homme? You're gonna get that beautiful bergamot note, along with that mint, lime, and the mojito accord. Now, for the mojito thing, here's the catch. If you blend lime and mint, you're gonna get a mojito accord anyway. So I really don't know why they include mojito in there. I think it's just a reference. But I honestly think that they should not include mojito in there, because another thing, when they add rum in the notes, some people have rum in their mojito. So I don't know what's going on with the note breakdown, but I think they're just trying to guide us towards certain notes. Okay, so in the top, lime, bergamot, mojito, and mint. All of them are prominent except for the mojito note, because you obviously smell the lime and the bergamot along with that mint. It produces that mojito effect. Definitely, I do get that. Okay, and it's very sharp citrus. When you spray this cologne, try not to stick your nose up your arm. If you spray it right here, just try not to sniff it straight away, because it's gonna really tickle your nose. Okay. After half an hour to 1 hour, the rum starts to really shine. I personally don't drink alcohol, but I'm smelling this alcohol smell when I'm sniffing Guerlain Homme sometimes. So I'm assuming it's the rum. And the rum accord in this cologne is very similar to the rum notes in Lolita Lampica Eau Masculine. So that's why I can tell there's a rum roll, because there's this part which is very similar to Lolita's Lampica Eau Masculine. And something that you should know when it comes to rum in cologne or in perfumery, it can have a plastic effect. I'm not sure if I'm the only one who says this, but I really get that, because in Lolita Lampica, when it comes to that rum note, the perfume itself becomes a plastic thing around your arm. I don't know why does rum smell like plastic in fragrances. Maybe that's just the composition of rum. As I mentioned, I don't drink rum or ever deal with any alcohol, but I'm assuming it's the rum. But it comes in Guerlain Homme very blended. It's well blended. But the rum, you only get it in the mid notes. You don't get rum in the opening. Despite that alcohol note in the opening, which is just like a perfume alcohol, it's not alcoholic substance. Okay. Then you move on to the geranium. Now, normally geranium in most citrus fragrances can produce a musky feel to it, but for some reason I don't get the musky feeling with Guerlain Homme. I've smelled it before in a department store and I can get the musk, but for my bottle I don't get musk out of it whatsoever. Maybe there has been a reformulation recently, so I really can't tell if this fragrance has been reformulated or not. I've heard some rumors, but I'm not quite sure. Okay, but the formulation that I have at the moment is really nice. Like, if they just can keep Guerlain Homme the way it is now, it's perfect. It's really nice. Okay. In terms of the cedar and vetiver in the base, here's another catch. I don't get them whatsoever. For Guerlain Homme, the current formulation that I own, I don't get any woods whatsoever. Any woods. I only get the citrus. Like, I only get the good part of the cologne, which is a good thing. But I'm talking about the people who own old Guerlain bottles. So please, if you have a Guerlain Homme fragrance in your collection, and I'm interested in the people who have the Guerlain Homme bottle with the metallic plate at the front. That's an old bottle. That's a 2008 bottle. If you have one of those, please comment below if you're watching my video and tell me if you get any woods out of this scent. I'm really curious to hear it from you. Okay. As I mentioned, I only get citruses out of this scent. I really like that mojito vibe. It's perfect for the summer, and it's a pretty fresh scent. Like, it's a very citrus dominant fragrance, and I think the classification for this fragrance is citrus gourmand. I think that's the official classification. And I think I covered all the points for Guerlain Homme. So next up we have the rating. Alright everyone, let's rate the Guerlain Homme by Guerlain. So in terms of longevity, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Expect anywhere from 3 to 6 hours. In terms of projection, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. This fragrance doesn't really project that well. Projects for the first half an hour to 1 hour, then it becomes a skin scent. In terms of versatility, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. This is a very versatile scent in my opinion. Could be worn during the day, during the night. In terms of seasons, this is a spring and summer fragrance. As I mentioned, the performance is not that good, so on hot days this works really well because it requires heat and it requires you to sweat. So the more you sweat, the more it ejects. In terms of overall smell, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. This is a very natural smelling cologne. In terms of presentation, 7 out of 10. I really like the presentation. So the overall score for Guerlain Homme is an 8 out of 10. Thanks for watching.